Hello, hello. So, with EPL moving forward, the Group B is just around the corner. And since it's just few days left, I guess it's time to have a look at the Group B and what we potentially can expect. So, Vitality, Virtus Pro, FaZe, Furia, and Sprout. So, most likely, VP aren't gonna be a real contender, despite that, well, they pretty high ranking at the moment, but still, with all the current situation, I doubt they will be able to fight for the first two spots, especially with their phase and vitality. They are clearly the favorites of the group and most likely going to secure first two positions. And then it's just going to be Furia and Ants, I believe, just fighting for the first to be number third. All right. So with that said, let's see at the games when and who's gonna play. All right, so the first game is gonna be Fury against Virtus Pro straight away. So that's basically gonna be like decider. And despite I'm not a big fan of Fury, I believe they're just gonna take this game most likely 2-1, but I won't be surprised if it's gonna be 2-0, since I believe Virtus Pro just gonna come and just enjoy the moment while they can. They potentially can surprise, but most likely no. And yeah, and I don't see Sprout as a real contender for the spot. I believe Fury is just gonna breeze past them. Then they're probably gonna lose the vitality, probably 2-0 or yeah, most likely 2-0. I don't see Fury like winning map against vitality unless unless Apex gets really tilted and that's it. But current vitality looks really strong, and I believe that they will probably take the second spot. I still prefer FaZe at this point. FaZe look like a really top one team right now. If they fix some of those stupid mistakes they have, and if they actually stop allowing Kerrigan to play Superman and just like run in front of everyone and think before he does something, these type of plays are not needed anymore. He just have to IGL. He has four amazing players in the team that actually gonna carry him to to the victories. So he doesn't have to run like a crazy guy anymore. All right. So with that said, Ents. Ents is my dark horse for this group, and I believe they probably gonna take a map against Vitality. And for some reason, I believe they're gonna beat Fury as well. But Ents is that team that can lose to Virtus Pro any day, and they even can drop the game against Sprout if it's not gonna be a decider. Because most likely they're gonna lose first two games, and then they're probably gonna bounce back and they're gonna beat three teams. So for Ents, I wouldn't be surprised if they lose, then win against Virtus Pro, and then beat Furia like 2-1, and then just like close the seeding for the first and just take the spot of Fury, because Fury are gonna have first two games quite straightforward into event where they have to show their ability to fight against vitality and phase, right? Let's say if they lose game to Virtus Pro straight away, well then I guess the game is over for them. If they just beat Virtus Pro, then they beat Sprout, then they can relax and just play their game. No stress, nothing. They're gonna fight against Vitality right in the middle of the week, so it's gonna be quite interesting, right? But for Phase is easy peasy. They just have to beat two teams straight away. Then the third one is gonna be like a just security game for the for the playoffs, I guess. And then against Vitality, if they beat all these three teams, they have no pressure, and they can try something new, or maybe just like go even 5-0, because last game is against Furia, and if Furia drops early game, like they're just gonna play for pug, I guess. So yeah, so that's my point of view on these type of games. And as I said earlier, I really look into ants in this group because I believe they have a good chance to even beat Vitality, to be honest, because they're gonna play the second game and Vitality is not gonna be in a top shape yet, and then ants can potentially screw them up. Let's say if they bring the fight to face straight away, then they can do the same against Vitality. So most likely they're gonna lose both games, but I won't be surprised if they beat one of those teams. So yeah, so FaZe is like my dark horse for this group. All right, with all this said, let's just jump into my fantasy team straight away. And here we go. Not gonna look at Group A. All right, so this is my team that I decided I'll go through with. All right, so let's start with two Vitality players and two FaZe. And as I said, because I believe that Ants is my dark horse, and well, if you have a chance to use two Opus, just do it. Because no matter what, the OPA is going to bring you the points, and I understand that most likely I should have used Brokey as a main sniper, but Brokey is doing an amazing job, and he's gained those multi-frags consistently, right? He's that type of OPA that's just gonna get two frags no matter what if he has open a hand. If he kills the first one, then the second one is right there, and most likely even the third one. With the hate, I'm not sure how he's gonna perform, but to be honest, right now is perfect opportunity for him to shine. And if he doesn't, I believe that's the first player for Ents to remove, because there's a guy like Lucky that's on the market right now. There's some more names that are available from like upgrade perspective. So yeah, so if he doesn't perform, then I guess his days are counted in Ents. Then Misuta. For some reason, I believe he's gonna have pretty good event because Dupree and Majesk they kind of passive, more like players. When Zaivu has to go and do Zaivu things, and Masuta most likely gonna be like an entry fragger or even like a trading potential or something like that. So he really has to hit those headshots when he's going in. This is why I think they're just gonna use him as an entry fragger, and his headshot percentage should be really high, especially on the T side. Then Dupree is always a good CT player. So and especially the way he played uh, previous event, he had really good stats on CT side, and yeah, that's just good thing to do. Dupree always defend. Then, as I said, because I believe that FaZe has a huge chance to go 5-0 in a group, there's no point to take Kerrigan to get those extra 20k for another player. Let's say if I took Kerrigan over here, I would have 220k probably for another player, like maybe even OC from Furia, but just like I don't really see Furia going that far. And if they qualify, it's gonna be like the third. But if they won, it's like 220k wasted. So yeah, headshot machine, defender, leader, multi-fragger brokey. If you prefer another sniper, just swap them around, and you have like nearly 200k for another player. All right, then let's talk boosters. All right, headshots against ants, nothing. Furia, nothing. Against Phase, he's gonna be traded really often. He's probably gonna go first and then yeah, traded. And against them, I'm just gonna go with the Bitskin booster. So I'm not sure how it's gonna end up. It might not be like a important game or something. So he's just gonna bring me some points at the end, no matter what. Then with the pre, right, against ants, he's most likely to get a knife against ants because they prefer to play those retakes and like go aggressive. So it's possible that there will be a knife in that game. Then against Furia, most likely he's going to be bottom of the scoreboard because I'm 90% sure that Zyvo is just going to destroy them. And if Zyvo wasn't so expensive, then I probably would have it in my team right now. Then against FaZe, for some reason, I think it's going to be like another game where it's going to be like either 3 maps or 2 maps with like overtimes or something like that. And I'm not sure which team is going to choke. So, as I said, I prefer FaZe to go 5-0. And I'm a FaZe supporter in the first place, so I believe that Vitality is going to choke. And against outsiders, there's no need for boosters against that team for him because they playing really slow rounds and he's a passive defender, so he will have like a lot of potential for multi frags over there when they'll be entering sites. Mr. Rain, he's just gonna play consistent game. Like I'm pretty sure he's gonna bring me like 10, 15 points every game at least. Most likely like 15 because he's probably gonna end up with like score like 15, 10, like 18, 11 or something like that on every map. And maybe like when they play Dust 2, that's huge potential for Rain to get his like 30 bombs. But I don't really need any extra boosters for that. So against Sprout, that's probably where he's gonna get ace because they like to push us 5. So especially if they play something like Dust 2 against them and Rain just drops down to CT and they push like mid to B or something like that. Well, that's nice probably. Against Vitality, I'm not gonna put any boost against Vitality. Let's just see how we're gonna end. And against Fury, the same. Then my carry, my multi-fragger Brokey. Okay, let's see. Against Ants, easy top fragger. Outsiders, 30 bomb because that's really passive game and I'm pretty sure he's gonna get like doubles most of the time and throughout like CT sides he probably gonna get like 20 kills on each CT side. Alright, not if not on each, then most of the time it's gonna be like 20, 22 kills probably. And then another like 10 kills on T side. It's not gonna be that hard. Against Sprout, definitely gonna get some clutches. Vitality, most likely gonna carry a pistol around. And they're just gonna trade against Furia because they're just gonna probably use Kerrigan as like the Kerrigan go run, try to get some kills, and we're just gonna trade you because it's gonna be like last game and not pretty. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be that important. Then Hate, okay, against Face, he's definitely gonna try to save a couple of times. Vitality, he's probably gonna be the one that's gonna be setting them up for like eco pushes or something like that with a flashbang. So outsiders, I'm not sure what's gonna happen in that game, so I'm not even gonna try to predict anything over there. Then Furia, same thing, and Sprout, there'll be no need for the booster because they're just gonna most likely beat them anyway. All right, so that's it. That's with the group B, and yeah, that's it. Remember, stay hydrated and make love not war. See ya.